New podcast. I'm back talking my shit as usual. Today I'm here to talk about, and a lot of people say I don't talk about them, I don't give them credit. I'm here to talk about the producers. Now, a lot of people ask me wherever I go, wherever I'm at in the city, outside the city, people, the number one question I get is, why isn't Dallas this and that? Why isn't Dallas like Atlanta? Why isn't Dallas like Houston? What's wrong with Dallas? And my answer every time is the sound. Dallas doesn't have that sound. When you go to Atlanta, you know that sound. I'm not saying all the artists sound alike, but you know that mainstream Atlanta sound. When you go to Chicago, you know that sound. When you go to LA, you know that sound. When you go to fucking New York, you know that sound. Although New York's kind of watered down with the South now, New York's kind of lost. You kind of know a New York sound. Now, when you go to Houston, you know that sound, and it all falls back. Houston can always fall back on screw music. Houston can always fall back on that sip lean wave. Now it's the sauce thing, but you know that Houston sound. When you think of Dallas, what do you think of? Dallas doesn't have a sound. You have niggas all over the place. You have five niggas that sound like Atlanta niggas. You have five niggas who sound like Houston niggas. You have five niggas who sound like LA niggas. You have five niggas who sound like Chicago niggas. You have five niggas who sound like Philly niggas. It's just all over the place. In this podcast, I'm here to talk about the producers because Dallas, we do have the producers with credit. We have a lot of different producers in the city, but you don't have that one producer that provides for all these Dallas artists. And what I mean by that is, when you think of Chicago, who did everybody have to go through in the whole drill wave, that whole wave? They had to go through Young Chop. You had to. That was a part of the Chicago stimulus package. When you were in Chicago coming up, you had to have a Young Chop beat. You just had to. That was a part of the goon, the savagery package. If you was a savage, you had to get the Young Chop beats. Now Atlanta. Atlanta, the wave was you had to get a Lex Luger joint. You had to get a Lex Luger beat. You just had to. Now it's Metro Boomin, Sonny Digital. You had to get one of them joints. LA, Dre, Mustard, you know the wave. You know I have to tell you. Philly, when you went through Philly, you had to get a motherfucking a Jalil beat. You had to get a motherfucking Molly Raw is now. You had to get a Molly Raw beat. So my point that I'm making is Dallas has to, and everybody sound, Dallas doesn't have that sound. Everybody sounds totally different. And it's going to take that one artist and that one producer to come together and blow some shit up. And whoever blows first out of Dallas is going to be that sound. Whoever blows first out of Dallas is going to be that new wave. So whoever that is, in my opinion, that's the new wave for me. I really feel like there isn't a go-to producer in Dallas right now. Now, there are plenty of guys out there doing their thing, man. If you want to go to trap, you got Franchise Beats, you got Lil Ju. There are a lot of trap. T-Woo. There are a lot of trap. If you want to go, I can keep naming, but there are a lot like Young Star used to be. He could have been the man. You got Cardio, got Wings. I don't really know too much about these guys, but they have some impact on Dallas now. But I really don't think that as soon as a Dallas artist is trying to make a project, they're not thinking, oh, let me go get a Cardio, got Wings. Let me go get. Is this everybody's just all over the place? There's no organization, and I think that's why Dallas doesn't have the sound that. This sound period. Like Dallas doesn't really have a sound, and you can try to argue with me, but I can pull 20 Dallas artists in here right now, and they'll all sound completely different. It's just no culture. There's not a proper way to get on the beat as a Dallas artist, And I just had a discussion with my homeboy about this, man. He was like, man, Dallas just doesn't. I'm like, man, there's just no sound, dog. Man, I travel a lot, man. I'm not one of them boys that just sit on Twitter all day and think I know what I'm talking about, because I don't know everything. I'm just stating my opinion because I get this question a lot. But when people think Dallas now, they still think the road. I'm like, yo, that's like 5 years back. It's new niggas in Dallas doing their thing. But it's just like we just don't have that sound. Niggas in Atlanta don't want to be like Dallas niggas. Niggas in LA don't want to be like they from they from Dallas. You know what I'm saying? They not trying to sound like a Dallas artist. You know what I'm saying? Niggas in Philly, they not trying to sound. To be honest, everybody trying to sound like Sauce Walker. Everybody want that new preaching, you know, lingo, sauce dripping. That's the new wave. But Dallas, we just don't have our own. We have what everybody else is doing. So y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Am I wrong? I mean, I'm just, like I said, I'm just talking about what I get every day, man. I'm not here to shun the city. But this is just what people come to me with every day. Y'all want me to keep it real. Y'all be asking me to drop these podcasts and keep it all the way 100 with y'all. And, you know, I'm just keeping real with what I see every day. What people ask me, I'm trying to share with y'all so we can fix these things, you know, so we can bring it to light and you know, fix these things, get these producers out here. I need to do more with the producers. I need to start shining a light on the producers and seeing who's hot and who's not, you know, as far as the producers. And people like ask me all the time, yo, what producers popping in Dallas? I need to be the one to point that finger and be like, yo, fuck with him, and him. And I'm not doing that right now. That's why I got these open gyms coming. And 2016 is going to be a crazy year. Follow me at Shawn_Cotton on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, all that. Shawn_Cotton. I am logging out.